Good evening, everyone. So, welcome for our new session 4 is by Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe on the topic pedological recommendations. So, he is already here. Uh, so, Nikhil sir, can you just introduce about sir? Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Samir,
let me.
some,
Yeah. Can I go ahead?
yes.
Yeah. Thank you, and welcome everybody. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for the day, Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe. Dr. Samir is a professor of practice and design at IIT Gandhinagar with over 25 years of experience spanning advertising, animation, filmmaking, and educational multimedia production. He has been instrumental in developing the learner centric model and has created numerous MOOCs for IIT Bombay X, edX, and SWAYAM. His course on 3D visualization and animation with over 1 lakh global learners was shortlisted for the edX prize in 2019. In addition to serving on several committees and academic councils, Samir sir is a founding member of the EdTech Society and currently serves as its vice president. So let's give a clap, clap, clap in the chat. If you could all put out clap, clap, clap in the chat for Samir sir. Over to you, Samir sir. Welcome.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
yeah. Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So thank you very much, and thank you for the claps and the welcome. Um so it's actually nice to be at this place simply because um, I'm a I'm one of you because I'm a fine arts graduate. Although my current affiliation shows about the IIT and various technological background that I have, but it is basically started from my fine arts, applied arts course, which I did at the Shaskiya Kala Mahavidyalaya at Aurangabad. So I am very happy to be talking to this group, and I feel at home when I talk to design educators or design practitioners. So what we would be doing today is going about the pedagogy aspects of uh, teaching learning practices for the new age is what the topic has been kind of explained to me. Okay, let me just share. It's not showing right now, but let me see. Okay, can you see this screen?
It's in a double full screen mode, but the image is still going to be low.
Okay. Let me just. Okay. Now see this. Okay.
Not yet, sir. Yes, it is.
Okay. So we'll be talking about pedagogical recommendations for new age, and one of the things that I would love to kind of start with is that this session can be uh, interactive. You are free to kind of raise a hand and speak whenever you want to. And so Vivek has and he made the arrangements that all of you can talk to me whenever you have a question or a query or a suggestion. So I'm really happy. I attended multiple talks, Saurabh's talks. I attended multiple other talks also, and I was very happy to see the participation. So I am pretty encouraged by your participation that I have seen in this particular series so far. So I will have something very interesting going on. Okay, so first and the foremost, acknowledgements primarily to Rachana Sansad for organizing such a nice dialogue with the design educators, which is the need of the hour, because we need to kind of catch up with the technology. And this is a very good initiative. Yesterday I realized, when everyone was talking about, and everyone was like, I could not see, well, we all could not see each other's videos, but I am sure everyone had like wide open eyes, and everyone was so surprised at the wonders of AI, what can happen when Professor Amol was explaining. So, um, adding to that, we have to acknowledge my alma mater, IIT Bombay, the fellow speakers in this workshop who have done a nice foundation and a nice gradation, probably I can say, that it has come to this. Yeah, I'll also thank Bollywood, because you will come to know why I'm saying that. Some saints and philosophers who have given me some nice inspiration, and of course, the generative AI, which is the source of inspiration for all of us nowadays, and we should acknowledge that. So let's see how it goes. Um, First and the foremost, how many of you attended the session yesterday? I think almost all. Is there anybody who was not there yesterday and they have just joined today, apart from the registered participants? I know there are some people who have registered based on the email that I had sent them, because they wanted to attend this. But apart from that, is there anybody who has, like, so all of you attended, I am assuming. Some chat messages are coming in. So I hope attended yesterday. Okay, so you can just say, yeah, plus one, whatever you can say. Yes, so a lot of people have, at least a couple of people have said yes. So I assume that all of you attended yesterday's session. Um, and Professor Amol also said he will. So how was it? So what was one of the things that stuck with you from yesterday's session? If anybody can just type out
Sir,
what. Yeah, you can unmute and speak if you want to.
yes, sir. Sir, Dr. Amol Ubai's session was there yesterday,
Yeah.
and he had showed so many, digital platform tools,
Yeah.
research tools
Yeah.
use,
Mhm.
and it was really informative, and he showed how to log in and everything, how to search and everything. So it was for at least in art fraternity or design fraternity. I would say rather not design but art, because designer has a little bit research background as their
Okay.
education thing, but artists really keep distance with the research.
Hmm.
May, that's what
So
my
what was
experience, because
what
I,
was the overall feeling about it? Like, what was the
so
feeling
it
after
was
you saw that?
it makes research easy with
It makes
tool, with the
research
help
easy.
of
Okay.
tools. So
Okay.
that's how at least my understanding from yesterday's session.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's take one sentence at a time. Okay. It makes research easy, let's say. Okay. Yeah. So how many people agree with this? You can type +1 if you yeah. Aren't you now confident of creating practically anything with Gen AI after you heard him? You can write +1, whatever, whatever. Practically anything is possible, right? Yes.
At least we'll get some help where we got
To
stuck.
some
So
level you can go. Okay.
yes, some level.
But the umbrella is quite big now. Like, you can do practically anything under the sun, right?
Yeah, sir, I
Okay.
felt that yesterday he demystified AI
Correct.
to an extent,
Correct. Correct.
and rather it brought an awareness that uh, if you want to access your own thoughts, your own ideas, your
Yeah.
own inquiry, there
Yeah.
are a lot of tools available for you
Correct.
which will help. So rather I felt it brings onus on us that are we aware about what we want to do, what is our
Correct.
search
So,
direction, etc., etc.
so if we know what to do, probably there is a whole Alibaba ki guha out there, and if we know what to pick up from there, we are free to do so. Yeah,
Good
probably
evening.
present. Yeah. Good evening.
Sir, actually, I want to summarize the yesterday's session. It was all about assistive learning. How
Okay.
can research be made assistive? Because we cannot depend on wholly on these tools, because we have to find something new and logical, or something in a pattern. So we have to be assistive to it and adaptive to it, but not dependable.
Are you? What will be your reaction to this sentence? Are you confident on creating with GenAI now? Are you confident now after you saw that?
I have not used that platform much,
That's right.
but
But
but it is like we have to use human imagination as well to complement
yes.
all the tools we have
Okay.
studied about.
Okay. Good. Good enough. So it showed us possibilities. It showed us how to do it, and yeah, we will take it with a pinch of salt, for sure. Okay. So if that is the case, okay, you saw everything, right? Then this is the question I have. Uh, because if you can get this session done from AI also, like then why do you need a person? Like why do you need Samir, right? Because you can simply try out asking this query to whatever GenAI you prefer. This session could have been imagined like, okay, everyone comes with a laptop and then they go to their favorite LLM or GenAI tool, and then they ask, what is the pedagogy for future kind of thing, and they will get some answers. So what is the big shift here? Like why do we need human intervention? Anybody?
Sir, because human intervention is like the main role is of human only. The part that plays the pedagogical role, because human brain only creates different type of pedagogy to be implemented from lower classes to higher studies and
Okay.
in research area.
Okay.
And as he beautifully segregated, he said that
Ah.
AI will do tasks, it will
Oh,
not
okay.
replace humans. So I feel when we talk about pedagogy, there are many other philosophical and other aspects which
Okay.
only human will be able to possibly
Okay.
about or
Are-
decide.
How how confident are you in saying that? In the sense, do you think, in the sense, yeah, philosophically agreed. So yeah, there is something. You all agree that there is something that the humans will add to the to the topic. Okay.
Right, sir.
And therefore it is inevitable that we cannot go without humans. Okay, so I'll summarize that way. Okay, so yeah, so that's the gadbad that I can see. Okay, there is something that is expected from humans, otherwise there is no chance of creativity, right? Okay, so somebody also, uh, if rough outline of sequence we can, but something constructive with yeah, okay, so we can start off with that. Okay, probably. Okay, so let us so we have come to a place from nahi, okay, we need humans definitely, वहां से we have come some place saying that we may get some half-baked things also from AI, and then later on we can probably figure out what we want. तो यहाँ तक आ रहे हैं हम लोग, okay? So by the way, this शायरी is also not mine. This is also AI generated शायरी. It is called as काल्पनिक आयर, okay? AIYER ऐसा है उसका नाम. So let us do that. Let us do that activity. So I hope all of you have some device with you. So let's do this. Okay. Try. You already kind of said like what is possible without Samir. So you can actually put a prompt and see. So now what I would like to check out is, so you can use you can either use chat or you can use LLM. Okay, let's ask AI to generate a presentation for us. Okay, so let's see. Open any Gen AI tool of your choice, basically, to create a and just tell Gen AI to create a 5-slide presentation on the topic that is already published. What is it is written as pedagogical recommendations for the new age. Okay, so if that is the topic, just try posting it to AI and see what is the outcome. And when you get those, I want you to select one of these slides that you like the most, okay, and paste it. So right now, take a minute to just post this query on your favorite Gen AI tool. I leave it to you, whichever you like to have. Okay. Can you guys actually do that? How many of you have access to some such tool or a device?
Sir, we are trying.
Okay.
Please give us 2 minutes.
No, you don't have to create a presentation. You can just tell the AI to give us an outline of 5 slides, 5-slide outline. That would be faster. So let's do it like that. Whenever you are done, you can just scan this QR code, or you can go to this page called as padlet.com/samirss/CAAC. Okay. And this is a tool which is useful for posting your images, videos, comments, text, whatever you want to have. So you will be able to have a look at what others are posting also. So let's see if you guys are able to choice whatever you feel is the best choice, best slide, and just copy that slide either in a JPEG format or whatever and upload it on this page where we can see everybody's slides together. Actually, this is the usefulness of this tool.
So can you post the link in the chat box? So
Yeah, I'm not able to do it that through the phone. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if you can. If you can just do it with ChatGPT on phone or anything, because the outline can be created by anything. So you can try out. If you go to this page, you will find a plus sign at the bottom. You just hit the plus sign and then write your name and paste the image or whatever you have, text, image, whatever you have. You can just paste it and okay. Can we see? Yeah, I saw something from Neelam already. Recommendations and implementation strategies. Okay. So I'm not leaving the screen just because there may be some people who need this. If you are going to use the link, that's easy. For phone people, you can just scan this QR code and post your thing there. Okay. Institutional policies for innovation and pedagogy, professional development for educators in digital pedagogy, and building inclusive, adaptive, and resilient learning ecosystems. Okay. So you got some ideas about it. Okay. Shraddha has found out that.
Sir, there is no QR code. No, where is QR code?
No, sorry.
Link, na? That bit.
That image that you see here, the code that you see, you can scan this code and you can go to that if you are on phone.
Sir, actually, in your slide presentation, the first slide is still there.
Yes, sir. That's why we can't see a barcode or anything. This QR code or anything.
Yeah. Can you see this now? Can you see the slide?
No, sir.
What slide is seen right?
First title page.
Oh,
Slide number 1.
I have gone quite far away. Actually, it never
Not
changed.
type, pedagogical title page.
No, sir, it never changed for me at least.
Is it? But it is changing here.
Now it's changed.
Now it's changing, sir.
Okay.
Now it's happened.
Okay, fine. Now let's now try that. All this
Yes.
time I was wondering why you are not able to see anything. Okay. And all this time you thought that I am using only the first slide to speak. Okay. Oh, Shraddha, can you edit your post to only one slide? What is the one interesting? It's like a essay written there.
Yes, sure, sir, sure. Fine.
So you just keep one idea that you feel is the best idea out of all the things that you got. Okay, so Sujit says implement learning by doing, hands-on activities, field trips, role play, connect lessons to real-world context, use case studies, community projects. Neeta says focus on human-centered learning. Recommendation: prioritize a learner-centered approach. Use AI to improve pedagogical goal and relevant tools. Can be okay. So I don't know whether she used ChatGPT, but yeah, ChatGPT is advertising ChatGPT again, saying that use tools such as ChatGPT and or Google Gemini, and which can help. And interestingly, ChatGPT has a hyperlink because it is publishing self thing, and Google Gemini doesn't have a hyperlink apparently. Very interesting. Okay, can you guys see that? Other, can you see each other's posts also there?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can, right? Okay. Good. Yeah. So what is happening here is that we found out there are so many ways of getting this information about what is to be done, and there are people who are okay. Oh, somebody again posted a long slide. Who was that? Manisha. Okay, so Manisha, can you reduce the things to only one slide, the one you like the most? Only copy paste that much. Don't post the whole text. So, like every one of us realized one fine day when the students started sending an email which was ultra polite with like, I hope you are in best of your health, and happiness and creative spirit and all that. So we suddenly realized that, okay, this is not the English class that they have taken, but something else, because we saw the last line which said, okay, do you want me to edit it further and all that? So they did not care to remove it also. So we realized and we understood that it is nothing but ChatGPT that they are using. Okay, so we are able to see multiple ideas here coming from ChatGPT. But what we realize is that these are either very superficial or on a very top level thing, which are not prescriptive. We cannot take a call on that and just go ahead and start implementing it. Or somebody is posting on chat. Okay, so somebody has posted a chat message here which says strengthen critical and ethical thinking. Okay, promote discussions on moral use, teach students to evaluate ethical dilemmas, and encourage value-based human-centered judgment. Okay, good. So we have multiple ways in which this can be incorporated. Okay, fine. Let's.
Sir, I'm not able to edit the text. How to do that?
Achha, and there is an option called as edit where if you go there, probably it will allow you to do that. But yeah, leave it if it is too much of an issue. Okay, I am not able to see my own screen now. Okay, now I can. Okay, so so what we realize is that we have a bunch of things that can come as recommendations, and AI can give certain recommendations, humans can give certain recommendations, but which ones are the ones that will have a kind of role to play in what we are doing will be determined by our exam experiences from the classrooms, right? And if we look at the classroom, so let's take an example here. So there was some studio module created where the learners were given the process of evolution of logos. They sketched some logos and they critiqued and also peer evaluated and iterated that again, refined it. And after all this, in the exam, there was a question about write the history of Olympic logo. So what happened here was the reactions would be obvious reactions like, okay, out of syllabus, like why are you asking such question and why this has happened. I am actually also reminded of one interesting story. So when I was planning to talk about this subject and we wanted to have some recommendations for the pedagogy, I when I'm talking of new age, I was reminded of my teachers. So I had Professor Painse teach me during my applied arts, and so he's 83-year-old right now. And when I remembered him and I thought of calling him, I just picked up the phone and called him, and I asked him a question. I asked him that you were teaching at an age when some new technologies kept on coming. Okay, so what happened when you came to know that certain new technologies introduced? So what changes did you do? So he said on that, the very interesting anecdote he said. So it is similar to what happens in the classroom example that I have shown here. So the first thing was that, what he was trying to tell me is he had come to Sambhajinagar at that time on a deputation transfer. And that time, the exam of the final year students was conducted at JJ School of Arts. So they had to travel all the way there and appear for the exams. So he goes there with his 4 students who are primarily from agricultural background. So almost 3 of them were farmers, sons of farmers, and another one was also not very modern houses and all that. So when they go there, in the final exam of applied art, they have the paper given to them, and it says create a advertise for mixer grinder kind. Okay, so now these students are looking at him and saying like, sir, what is this? Because we don't know this product itself. We have never seen. How will we create advertisement of that? We have just heard about it probably. And therefore, what he realized is that the context is becoming so important. And this can be explained actually when we try to do something which is called as constructive alignment, and this is where the pedagogy comes into play, and this is a very constant or maybe very important aspect of teaching learning process, and I am going to spend some time on that. So this is about three aspects of teaching learning, and the first one is whether you have clear and measurable learning objectives which are specific. So if you have a learning objective which is very clear and it is supported by instruction, like the teaching learning activities which are hands on and they are critic focused, and we get a chance to learn more through that instruction, and it is derived from the learning objectives. And finally, it has an assessment which is connected to the two earlier points. If there is a mismatch in this triangle, which is not aligned, then you see a big issue here uh, where the learners are completely disoriented. And this is what happens many a times because the objectives are written in some fashion, and the instruction happens completely in a different fashion. So if that happens, then what you realize is that it doesn't match. And when it doesn't match, then finally the assessment comes into play, and you see that there is a complete mismatch of the objectives and the instruction. So first and the foremost suggestion that I have for the designing of the pedagogy is that try to have a constructive alignment of the objectives, instruction, and the assessment. And this can be done by looking at your curriculum and your teaching plan in a very objective manner by sitting down and discussing it out with peers and other stuff. But if you have that goal in mind, I think it will help a lot. Now, in the age of AI, still it works the best because if your objective is for something else as compared to the traditional teaching learning processes, then still it will be a useful thing, because if you are aware about what objective exactly have you planned for this group of students, then it will go in that direction. Otherwise, it can take you to a very different dead end of the situation where it has no future about how to go about it. So uh, effectively, I have seen that whenever educational content, whether it is in classrooms or in online mode or whatever, is created, this alignment becomes an important aspect. And once we master this, probably it's much easier to go ahead with. I will come back on this part in addition to another point that I am going to make, and that is also an integral part of our pedagogy, which is called as community of practice. And this community part is like what currently Rachana is doing. This particular group, which is brought together. Now, I would recommend that please do not dissolve this group after the thing is done. You can continue to maintain this group for the discussion purpose. And what how it works is like you come together under a common theme of whatever. So, for example, this could be a common theme of design education. Then develop shared practice. So it's a very effective way of sharing my lesson plans and my classroom activities with each other and get reviews of that. Once you do this thing and finally propagate the implicit knowledge to each other, that actually helps in building a community of practice. This is a very scientific term used in multiple research areas, and it has shown amazing results. And most of the work which is done in organized manner in the education sector, this community of practice is one of the pillars of how that has got propagated because of the sheer design of it. And I have personally used it for one of my courses where I was teaching the teachers about how to integrate ICT in your teaching learning process, like similar to what Professor Amol was talking yesterday. So when we had that, we decided that this is the domain we are going to talk about. And we will talk about how learner-centric approaches can be built in, and what are the research material available for discussing that. Then we put it into practice by actually designing some tools and some best practices, and we started sharing contextualized examples with each other that, okay, in my class for 100 students, we use this particular, I use Padlet, this is how you can use it, and so on and so forth. And then what the outcome was that, okay, we started getting the results by creating course designers. We had a lot of teaching associates, we found mentors. So interesting thing that I have done in this process is that, for example, I teach a course in this semester, even if it is online or offline. I invite the toppers of this course to become my teaching associates for the next offering. Now, this is a very common practice in colleges because but I have used the same practice in online mode. So when my course is available online on platform like Swayam or edX or IIT Bombay X, IIM Bangalore X, wherever that course is offered, and after the course is over, I just look at the grades and I invite the toppers of that course to become my discussion forum moderators or teaching associates for the next offering of the course. They are already well versed with that idea, and what happens is that they help me in building the new assessment questions or designing new activities. So that brings in fresh ideas into the curriculum, and that is what we have realized, that this community works the best. Because I said I'll give you an example of that. So this community, so I started a course in 2019, almost 18 or 19. And I have been doing that as a face-to-face workshop. I've done that workshop multiple places already, but mainly I also started teaching it online. Once I started teaching online, I gathered all the toppers, like 10 toppers every year. And that group has been amazing. So you can see that we created 5 own courses after getting together. We have offered more than 250 faculty training sessions like this one. And because it's a shared resource, because every lecture of mine is available on my website in open source, so you can take this and teach in some other place. You can download it, you can edit it, you can even use it commercially. Of course, nobody will buy it because it is available for free on my website. Not only that, we have come together to write research papers on that, research projects on that, collaborative research projects, by just staying in our own places and just connecting to each other in online mode. More than 10,000 participants have been reached through these online sessions alone, at the average of like 40 people in every session. So we have just put an estimate here. But interesting data points is like we are also offering consultancy about how to teach online. What are the techniques of teaching? How to incorporate Mentimeter or any engagement tools like Padlet or any such tool into your teaching learning practices. So we are giving consultancy to the institutions and creating MOOCs for them. All in all, this community part is what this diagram, little diagram that you see here, it's taken from a research paper. So this domain, practice, and community, these three things are completely essential, and especially for design domain, I would recommend it highly because of the fact that uh, we are a very small community. So unless until we huddle and come together and discuss the things that we are facing, I think we'll not get a way out of this. So it is essential that we know about what is happening and where is it happening. So I will also show you some examples of these outcomes, but yeah, in case we get some more time towards the end. So these two are my my essential inputs for you, that whatever new age pedagogy means. The other day at one more keynote, they gave me a title like Pedagogy 4.0. So I was like wondering where are these 1.0, 2.0, which are these stages like, and how do you decide on those? And finally, we came up with certain things, and I can see those transitions happening. So from the point where we had mm, just chalk and talk, and then computers come in, and then we have a lot of e-learning, and then we have interactive e-learning, and now finally we have something which is called as a learner-centric approach in education, which is very, very customizable, and because we cannot sustain engagement with one-way monologues. So these are kind of the changes that we have seen through. I also asked this interesting question to Professor Pense. There's some chat message. Let me see if it is a
Sir,
question.
we are on 13 slide, right? Or
Yeah,
has
yeah,
changed?
yeah. We are, yes,
Okay,
we are
good.
here. Okay, so I just wanted to share an interesting anecdote when we talk about this constructive alignment thing, about what is that knowledge that will help you. So because Professor Pense was a very good typographer and calligrapher, so I asked him that when uh, you were doing your work and you realize that computers have come in and tomorrow they are going to offer 1000 fonts on your computers, and so what is the change in the teaching pedagogy that you had? So that was the question I was trying to ask him. So he's 82, by the way, and immediately he remembered that, okay, when I was a student or maybe a very early teacher, one thing which we were all using as an example was that, okay, there is a poster to be made of wanted, dead or alive, and something like that, a very, very bold and very important message to be conveyed. And we used to use some font called as Playbill or Universe for this. Okay, so I said yes, but he said that if the communication changes from wanted 2 dozens of orchid flowers, suppose, then we possibly cannot use Playbill, and then we use maybe script for those things, and we change the color scheme. Now, whether you get 1,000 fonts or 1 lakh fonts, I don't care. Till the time that I have this knowledge about what are the semantics of a particular font and what are these communicating, Till then, if I'm only going to focus on that, I really don't care what is coming up in my way in terms of technology. So I think that part still remains, and unless the teachers are grounded to this constructive alignment of their learning objectives, teaching, learning activities, and the assessment, I think we may not. So rather than forward-looking thing, I'm suggesting that we are going back towards more towards basics, and we don't have to really change. Another interesting example, I just saw one young teacher called me other day and said that, okay, some of my students are asking me that, sir, I want to excel in AI. So what should I do? So he was asking, like, what is excelling in AI? There is, like, you can only have better prompt, like what that day Saurabh was mentioning, that there is an entire course on prompt engineering, and it is basically for gearing you up for asking better questions, and better prompts will result into better outcomes. So this prompt thing is very crucial here. So I am not sure how many of you have seen this video, but it's a very interesting video.
Get 2 pieces of bread.
Teaching his kid a very valuable lesson, but the way that he does it is hilarious. Take a look at this funny video.
Butter knife.
No, Dad, with the peanut butter.
I'm just doing what it says. It says take 1 piece of bread, spread it around with the butter knife.
Hold on.
Get some jelly, rub it on the other half of the bread.
No, Dad, open the jelly.
Well, it doesn't say to do that. Put the breads together on top of each other. Take a big bite.
Sorry, I had to make it extremely specific.
Oh, good. I'm starving. Take 2 pieces of white bread out of the bag. Take the lid off the jar of peanut butter. Get a butter knife and stick it inside of the peanut butter jar. With the knife, scoop a bit of peanut butter out
I think that means like a lot.
A bit means a lot?
In my world.
There we go.
You're doing better than before, though.
Open the jelly jar. Squeeze it onto the other piece of bread.
No.
Done. Closer. Bread. Get some peanut butter. Take the peanut butter knife. Open the peanut butter. Put the knife in the PB. Get some jelly. Open the jelly. Squirt the jelly onto the bread. Take the butter knife with the peanut butter on it. Wipe it all over the piece of bread that's blank. Take the butter knife, rub the jelly all over the piece of bread.
Oh, he's doing better.
It says all over. Put the 2 pieces on top of each other.
This isn't how I meant.
Take 2 pieces of white bread out of the bag. Take the lid off the jar of peanut butter. Get a butter knife and stick it inside of the peanut butter jar. With the knife, scoop some of the peanut butter out of the inside of the jar. Spread your scoop of peanut butter onto one of your pieces of bread with a knife.
No.
Squeeze some jelly onto the other piece of bread. Spread the jelly on the bread with the butter knife. Put your 2 pieces of bread, peanut butter and jelly sides together. Done. Get some peanut butter. Get some jelly. Open the peanut butter. Get a butter knife. Put the butter knife in the peanut butter. Take the butter knife out of the peanut butter.
You did it wrong. No.
Okay. So as you can see, it's a really dumb device of following the instructions. So the outcome is going to be as good as the instructions are. and if we don't learn about what exactly the instructions have to be given in, I think the output is going to be really scary. And we can't blame entirely the AI for doing these things. So I think what we need to, in terms of what we need to learn, we should be very sure about what instructions are we giving the AI, and we should tell the same things to the students also. But I'm saying, as a teacher, we can also kind of modify. I think this it's slightly longer video, but it gets crazier and crazier afterwards when these children are giving up on the whole process, saying that like your dad is losing it for us. And so it's a old video, but I still like it for the example of how instructions can be confusing. So okay, so we should be aware of what exactly can we use Gen AI for. And once we are sure about, as teachers, especially I'm talking about teachers as of now. So one of the problems that I felt was because Gen AI is completely. Can you see the slide now, or you have some other slide locked?
No, the new slide is there.
The new slide is there. Okay.
What can
Gen AI do for you? Okay. So in terms of what can Gen AI do for you, I think if you saw yesterday's session, Gen AI actually is like Joje Vanchila Tote Lao, what Sant Dnyaneshwar said once. Like, it has whatever you want, you can just come here and ask me. But if and like I showed the video of this sandwich and the butter and the jelly thing. So if we don't have the plan in the background, then we can lead to some bizarre consequences. So I am going to give you an example of what I did with one of my course. So like I said, it was a 3D modeling course, and I have a huge number of learners across because it's an online course. I had a very simple assignment, like the very first modeling assignment. So I gave them a photograph of a construction of couple of 3D models put together. It was just very primitive stage. Couple of models just added to this, and some colors given to it, some basic lighting done. And what they have to do is they have to submit the exact replica of the model, because they will just they are able to see some photographs, and they have to build the model entirely on their own. Now, once they want to build that and they start submitting, now if you are getting hundreds of submissions in a day on the day of the assignment, then you will have to go through each and every kind of piece of submission in order to grade it. And but like I said, if your objective is to teach them the precision of modeling, and if your objective is very sharply designed, that what I want to do out of this, then what I did was, so once these submissions came in, I used Gen AI to write a script for me. So this is the screenshot of the script after it can actually throw away the result to me. So it actually tells me that how many objects are in the scene that they have provided. If there are exact number of object count that I have already asked them to do, it will just do a counting thing. It can measure the percentage of mismatch in the rotation of the object, because I had made some objects rotated in certain angles deliberately just to see if they can match it. Location with the XYZ coordinate. The feedback was also, I asked the AI to generate a feedback, and this is how a table was created within split seconds, which will say that, okay, student number 1, 3 objects, and rotation was, for rotation it was given. So it was told that, okay, grade it accordingly, 3, 2, and 1. If the rotation is off by a certain angle, then you can give 2 marks. If it is very bad, then give 1 mark, and it's absolutely not there, then give 0 marks, and so on and so forth. So it can just grade it and also create a feedback about what is happening. So what is this? This is actually automating a very, very mechanical, mundane task, because what my objective was, what the instruction was, and what was the assessment. And this, I could just go away within a couple of minutes of work. And even if we had more than 720 submissions, it hardly took not more than 7 minutes for me to compile the results and then just discuss in the class. But if that is the objective and that is where I am going to evaluate it for, that is where you can see how automation will help. So automating mechanical tasks is one very nice way of executing what GenAI can do for you. Other one was also interesting, where I wanted help from GenAI for the creative side of it. So just to give you a context, there was a student who was getting married, and it was a very intra-cultural marriage which was happening, because he comes from a Gujarati family and he was marrying a Spanish girl. And so I asked the class, okay, so what all can you do for it? And the idea was that I said that, okay, like every product, if you open the product, especially the ones which have kind of lot of instructions to be followed. So you get a very thin paper folded instruction manual in every such product. And you open it and you'll see that on small sides of that particular folded paper, you'll have instructions written in various languages. So using that, can we create some kind of instructional manual which will be useful for their marriage? So this is what Gen AI came up with. So the text part is what is created by Gen AI, because it just said the same thing in Spanish and in Hindi and Gujarati, because his father comes from a Karnataka family. So there was also one in Kannada. And we had Gujarati, because his mother is a Gujarati. So I had like 5 languages, and I called it as Viva Vivaha, and created an instruction manual in multiple languages. Now, the starting of the idea is completely human, but then the execution part, which is the most painstaking thing, was very easy the moment I went on to use Gen AI for this. So the takeaway for me was, like, the moment you open up such ideas and in fact insist your students in terms of where exactly can you incorporate Gen AI, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to do that. In that regard, again, I would like to emphasize here that so this one of the tools, like what we saw just now, Padlet, is an interesting tool in new age pedagogy, because what it does is that it's kind of a display panel where each and everyone can actually see the posts given by each other. Okay, so now when I say that, I also write in my question paper or in my instruction or assessment that you can use Gen AI, but you have to post the prompt that you have used there. The moment you start doing that, you realize that, okay, if the prompt is copied from somewhere, you will get the same answers. And if you are not thinking creatively, you will probably tempted to use the same prompt, which is also wrong. So such ways, we realize that the problem can be monitored from various possible angles. So I thought of bringing out these kind of interesting examples for all of you, which could be useful for implementation. So that is where I thought we will will come up to. So in short, actually, I wanted to kind of pause here and get some more questions about typical pedagogical ideas that you can be like wondering about, like what else can be done here. And then I will go to another small topic of discussion, which I realized that we can have it because yesterday I had a call with Aditi and we were just talking about how we can also discuss some part of the research in design in this same session. So yeah, maybe you guys can tell me right now if you have anything, any comments on what we just discussed, and then we will, yeah, we can just go ahead in the direction. But yeah. Okay, in between you can just have a sip of water. Okay, so anybody has a question, query, comment? Before we move on to the...
Participant, you can unmute yourself and you can ask directly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Samir sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Neeta from Mumbai. Sir, I wanted to ask you one thing. Like, suppose one design is given to some students to design, say about graphic, a symbol logo. And then normally we being art community, thinking of the students, come to one conclude which can be same. I mean, if some 10 students we have been given to design a symbol logo, and then that if they give prompt, which is more or less same, and then don't can't we fear the sameness in the design with help of AI? Like these students can land up with same design or the sameness in the design.
Yes, exactly. And that is where I was talking about tools like Padlet, which will eliminate this similarity in their submissions quite drastically, in fact, because suddenly it becomes fastest finger first out of nowhere because somebody has put up a prompt and got some answer and then just posted. But when you see that the sandwich example, so if you are giving prompts and when you get, like, even in our slides that you got, everyone posted a prompt according to their plan, and there was output, and we saw that the output was also so same. So you realize that, okay, this is not going to work. So we definitely cannot have a session entirely without a speaker and just go to AI and then just keep asking, okay, what are the pedagogical recommendations for me? So whenever we have a common prompt, then there will be common answers. Yeah, it can differ slightly within various LLMs. Of course, it will. But I suppose that once we make it public, it will be very easy for us to deal with it rather than students doing it. So if you ask them the decision making step, like, okay, why will you not select this particular? So if I tell you to, okay, submit only so only one option out of the things that you have got, you will see that the diversity will start coming in and people will change their prompt in order to get a new design. And I am not very I can't guarantee this, but sometime it will happen that people will say, okay, enough of these prompts and all that. I will take that printout and probably modify it in my way because somehow this guy is not understanding what I'm wanting. And then I think that is the time when they will convert themselves to what is required to be done by hand. In fact, I read a couple of examples from Rhode Island University of Design and all that, where they had a design of a course which was 50% hands-on, 50% compulsorily AI. And then they realized that, okay, towards the end of the course, students started complaining that, okay, can we just go away with AI because we are fed up with AI, because it is not giving us the output that we want to. So yes, it is a fact.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So somebody's saying AI tools should have a feature to warn the similar prompt has been already processed. Yeah, exactly. But like Saurabh said in his session that what the OpenAI is doing right now is only selling the product. So they are not interested in getting this giving this feedback to the users, because they want more and more users to do the same thing, maybe just to get the addiction of it. So they are least bothered about giving such a feedback. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other comment on the things that we discussed already? So that also we can go ahead with.
Hello, sir. There is one question from my
Okay.
side.
Right.
So, while designing the new curriculum or new courses for this new age tech in presence of the AI, what kind of precautions or what kind of approach the faculty should take?
So I think that part of it is already discussed, but I will repeat it for the benefit of the audience. We cannot refute the idea of non-AI based classrooms. So we cannot enforce that kind of ideas, because it will only go down the drain, not in a very good manner. So designing whatever instruction or assessment, keeping in mind the AI present in the classroom, is where there will be a win-win situation. That is the first thing. And the moment we know what AI is able to do, we also know what we should be talking about. That is where the objectives, reframing of the objectives is very, very necessary. So if we are saying that, okay, like the example what Neeta was asking, that if logo symbol has to be created is the activity, but unless we have a nicely framed learning objective for that activity, like what is this logo symbol for, or what are the attributes of a ideal logo symbol, and then if we have explained that in our sessions earlier, and then we design activity, I think the outcome is going to be different. There is one more important word that I wanted to introduce here. I don't know how many of you, maybe many of you must be using it already, but it is called as rubric. So are people aware of a rubric? If yes, you can just say yes or +1 or whatever, but I will tell you why it will be useful. Yes, Aditi said yes. Okay. Nilima and Aditi are saying yes already. Okay. So the moment we have a rubric in place, along with our learning objectives, and we are aware about it. Okay. So the moment you have a defined rubric in place, I think this will give a lot of clarity for people to apply their mind in that, because if you keep it open ended, then people will try to, okay, so yeah, some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. Okay, so I would request one of you to kind of explain, maybe Shraddha, Neelam, Aditi, one of you can just uh, talk about it. Till that time, I'll just open up a rubric that I have with me on my computer. Okay, go ahead. Uh, Professor Aditi or Neelam, any one of you?
Do I need to explain it, sir?
Yeah. In the sense, there are some people have said we don't know it, so
Okay, so
treated as
in my opinion, rubrics give the clear evaluation system, as well as it is open to the teacher as well as student as well. And if your course has been conducted by some other else or some other faculty, so it also that faculty also get the clear idea about how to evaluate it, and how to give the marks or proceed for that particular course.
yeah. So can you see the screen, or
Yes, sir.
what is it? Can you see a rubric on screen, or you see the slide?
I see the slide.
Okay.
Yes.
So just share it again.
Can I add on to what
You can go ahead.
they said?
Yeah, go ahead. Add on to the definition.
Yeah, I think as per my understanding, rubric is a scoring guideline.
Correct.
Which, like while introduction of the assignment itself, we give guidelines to the students also on
Correct.
the marking criteria. So
Correct.
there are levels of performances or descriptions on what the levels should be, or
Yes.
accordingly the marks are divided. So accordingly, the students also know their parameters of working, as well everybody knows the marking procedures also. So
Correct.
it becomes a win-win for both the sides.
Perfect. Actually, so this is a very crucial point. So it not only has the parameters on which it is going to be, but it has also levels of that. So, for example, I had given here a rubric for a 3D modeling scene, where I said that okay, this is the element that you would be submitting, and the details which will get you marks are these. So precision of shapes and proportions and location of elements will get you 15% of mark. And modeling, so this is written in such a detailed fashion, so the learners will be aware of how this is going to be graded, and then they will attempt the answer in that format. So that is how it is helpful for people to Google says, okay, it is a type of scoring guide. Yes, exactly. So, why? So, as teachers, we need to learn the trick of the trade of how exactly rubric has to be written. It's very hard. Let me tell you, because you have to have a complete hold of your plan of what assignment and how you are kind of going ahead with it, and only then you can actually get to the point. So it's not a trivial job, but once you master it, I think it is a very important tool which will help you in offering the course in a better way. So okay, so I think yeah, we had a couple of questions, but I am going to skip actually the long list of types where what the reason the topic that I am just going to talk about is about what exactly qualifies as good research, because I am told that many of us are pursuing their research and trying to write research papers and publish them places. But many a times what happens is that we get a review about that it's not working, it's not up to the mark, and you have to really learn how to write about it. And being artists, we all are good at drawing, but we may not be good at directly articulating that in a research paper. So this is one interesting guide that was presented to me when I was doing my research, because, like I said, when I joined PhD, I realized this big gap in my thinking process of how not able to figure out what is research and what is not research. So for me, everything was very confusing. And if that happens to many of us, I thought at least we will make it clear about what is not a research paper and what is actually a research paper. So if you can learn about that part, I think most of the problems are solved. So I just thought of sharing this information with you so that we can. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay. So can you see this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a very obvious question. Whenever we think about, okay, this is a research that I am doing, but should ask these questions actually. So the first big no is like any compilation of obvious solutions is not a research paper, because if whatever is known ideas, just writing about it will not make it a research paper. So please remember this part. The second part is only a report of like what I have done in whatever course that you are teaching, any new way of doing it or something. The reporting of that is also not a research paper. So just if you have a very kind of myopic idea, then also it will not. Another thing which is normally done is like some education technology tool is used in a routine manner. Like if it is used for like people have started writing, okay, how I use Google Classroom for teaching architecture or something like that. So any routine manner implementation of a tool, new or old, is also not a research paper. And finally, development of some instructional material is also not a research paper, because many a times we have, like for example, somebody developed a flip book for teaching maybe the or created a wooden model for teaching the planetary positions in geography. So just development of instructional material is not a design research paper. So these four are definitely not a research paper. But then what is the ideal research paper? Then the first one will be, if you explain the problem, why that is an important problem, how have you solved that problem, and do you have a new way of solving it, and how have you evaluated your solution? So if you have answers for these four things, that is definitely a research paper. That much I can tell you. And in addition, if you can convince by adding like, yes, it is an innovative solution because it is differing from the rest of the things, or your procedure is very very sound. We have done extensive interviews and user experiences we have kind of cataloged and all that. So then the validity increases a lot, multifold, and therefore it becomes the paper that the people are looking forward to. So these things actually make it a research paper rather than the other ones which will have a big time question mark. So why I digress is because I realize like for teachers who are following research and they need to publish at from time to time, we have this gap of the basic research methodology questions. Of course, there are tools and there are techniques and all that, but when I had talked with a couple of other speakers and participants, some of the participants, I realized that this is one of the major gaps. In fact, when I visited UID in Gandhinagar, they specially asked me to talk to their faculty members only about this topic. So I thought after I discussed and a lot of people asked me these questions, I thought I'll include just a couple of slides on that. And like I said already, all these slides for my research will be available on my website. So in case anyone wants to kind of have a look at it, they are most welcome to, yeah, you can just go to this resource to find out. Oh, sorry, not this one, sorry. Okay, sorry. So we have a, yeah. So you can actually just search for Samir Sahasrabudhe talks and you should be able to get this presentation from there tomorrow onwards maybe. But yeah, go ahead. And if you have any other question on the research part also, you can ask me. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity and the interaction.
Sir,
Okay. Mm.
just wanted to ask you if we created or developed any of the font or might be any of the style of illustration or some artwork which is going through the different processes, level of processes. So if we want to publish it in the form of a research or might be in the form of an article or might be means where we can place that technique or that creation of font or might be any other exercises.
That's a good question. So I have one very important piece of information for all of you, which you should remember, especially for the creators. If it is an innovation, so there are two ways. I always tell people there are two parts of research that people look forward to, and in technology and in design. So what happens is, if you come up with a new artifact, like it could be a font, it could be a style of illustration or whatever, if that is your product, then you should ideally first go for patenting it, because publishing a paper about it in research journal or something takes away the quality of patentizing it, uh, lower than it will be without publishing it. So that's the first thing I have learned it hard way, because something I created, and in the heat of the whole thing, I first published a paper about it. And the moment you publish a paper, apparently it is not really a very strong contender to be awarded a patent, even though it is your own paper, but still it is not. So if you have a artifact, first of all, just try to go to the patent idea of that. That is the first suggestion. But there is second thing also, that if you have some product and it is meant for some users, then you can conduct user studies of those and then publish it along with the user studies. That is a research paper. But just the formation of the product, in the sense how you have come up with the strokes or the serif is completely different and all that. So this is not a paper, because it will be only talking about the way I did it. So there is no validation of that. So why it is a great font? So you don't have an answer for it, because it's only ends at a point that, okay, because I say so. So how do you come up with a better argument? So you have to do extensive user studies for such topics, and then you can come up with a research paper on that. So my suggestion to all those who are creating something is first attempt a patent.
Thank you so much, sir, for valuable information.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? I have one more question in terms of research, which I just wanted to ask all of you. Um, how many of you are aware about the plagiarism part, and what is your take on that? Turn it in, okay. Uh, mm, yeah, I think there is. I will go ahead and get you one more.
So I have a question regarding plagiarism.
Okay, tell me.
So actually, if our original idea or original experience, if we are writing it and it is shown as plagiarized, then what should we do?
Okay, so there is a option in Turnitin or all these tools where you can turn off your bibliography basically. Okay, I'll give that with another example right now. So this is where you are. Okay, you want to. This may not be a good example, but this is. Can you see the word common answers on the screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can see common answers. Okay. Okay. So let's. So some of the misconceptions about plagiarism. So I just wanted to show you this. If it is available on the internet, it is free. So that's a big misconception. I feel so that lot of people just search a Google image search, and whatever image they like, they just put it up and that's it. But that's wrong, and that would be termed as plagiarism. Okay. What are the ways in which you will use this thing? So suppose I like certain image and I want to use it without plagiarism problem, then what is the option that you have?
You can give credit.
You can give credit. Okay, fine. Okay, so
Or we
so
can
if
put
there is no symbol of copyright, then is it valid?
no, you can put a source
You can
link.
see the source, right? Correct. But if there is like it has no credit copyright information written there, and still we cannot use it because everything which is shown on some place is owning that copyright. Okay. Is this valid? If I have given the credit, I can use it. This is also misconception. The reason being that the credit is only saying that I am giving the name of the person from where I have taken it, but we don't know whether the person is willing to share it. It is just uploaded on their pages, just like Facebook thing. So yeah, it just takes you to a I agree button somewhere where I have already agreed upon. And then if somebody copies our pictures, we feel very bad about it. But we have already signed up on something which is I agree. So the fact here is that I should have an explicit license to tell me this. And this is the biggest misconception. All is fair in love, war, and education. Okay, so if I'm using it for educational purpose, I really don't have to take any credit and other things. So there is no problem of copyright. But that is not true, and I'll tell you why it is not true. Okay, so by default, everything which is up there, it has the copyright of the owner, the creator. Okay, and therefore it is not true that if it is not mentioned. Okay, so whatever, whether there is a copyright symbol or no symbol, it is only after you have explicit permission from that person that you can use it. By the way, this also applies to the diagrams in the textbooks. Okay, so even if you get a textbook, you buy the textbook and then you click a picture of that and you just use it in your presentations. It's an invalid use of diagrams because you don't have copyright of that unless until you get an explicit thing with that. Okay, so anything without that is okay. So this fair use of education is also false, and we need to be away from plagiarism. And this is a point of concern, especially for Indian researchers, because in international communities, this has become a very bad name. Like, okay, if it is an Indian paper, yeah, they go through the plagiarism check 2-3 times, thinking that, okay, this will be copyrighted from somewhere. So the solution for that is called as Creative Commons, which is a movement or alternate licensing approach started by a person where you can actually have a license which can be releasing content in various formats. You can retain, reuse, revise, remix, redistribute. Depending on the level of flexibility you want to allow the users, you can actually release your content in any one of these formats. And people can use the content by attributing it to you, by sharing similar way that you have done it, make it non-commercial or make it non-derivative also. So I'm not going to show you this, but I will just show you one interesting thing. Yes, so how to attribute is very important. So you have to have the title of the material, name of the person who has created it, the author, the source or the link, whatever you have with you, and mention the license if it is available there, because otherwise it is not true that we can use it. Okay, so I am going to show you just one option here for the pictures and the videos, because that is mostly the problem area. I hope everyone is aware of Creative Commons for photos at least. Is it? Are you aware of the photos or images that you use? If I say maybe something. Some equation I want to show, but normally we go to images, and if we like this image, we directly use it. But the best method is to go to tools and go to usage rights and select Creative Commons licenses. And now whatever images you can see now are without any copyright that you can use. And then you can choose, but just taking this and pasting it also doesn't apply as a correct way. Even after you take a open source image, you still have to do the copyright mention about it, and it is given here how to so this is how this is the copywriting information about it, and you have to mention it that I am using it from this particular place and how. So this is what is valid for a photograph, but if I show you for videos also, it is possible to just say, like, in same thing I ask tangential equation, and the moment I get it, so these are videos which can be seen here, but what I can do is I can go to the filters, and here in the features you have option called as Creative Commons, and moment you click that, all these videos which have come with tangential to a curve, all these videos are released under open source, which can be used for your educational, commercial, whatever purpose, because the particular video will have the license mentioned in. So if I just pause it and I go down, I will see that there is a license here, and I can use that license to use this in my own way. So this is how the usage of the plagiarism can be avoided in your documentation. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, in detail, you have explained the ethics of copyright and this thing. It will be very useful for us.
Which one?
The copyright ethics and this thing,
Yeah.
the use and do's and don'ts, like when to use and how you can use it. So it is very useful.
Yeah, I think I will share that slide deck also, which will uh, how to do how to apply them and what are the do's and don'ts. It's a detailed explanation of all sorts of contents.
Because no one tells this detail,
Yeah.
so it is.
Yeah, like I said, it has come out of my experience with working with some international research organizations. And when I hear comments about Indian publications, I feel very sad and I feel pained about it. So it started off from there. So if you visit my website, I think you will get this presentation available there. If you have already scan the QR code, you can get that, or else I will show it once. So you can go to this website, ssamires.wordpress.com, and if you click on talks, you will come to a table here where there are multiple talks available. And within that, there is a talk on Creative Commons, which is, and this particular talk that I gave today, I will upload it on the in the first column, in the first row now. So yeah, so this is okay. So this is another series on open source tools for media, and so this one is also available for. So you can go through any one of these. All these presentations are released in open source. You can get your hands on it. No problem.
Sir, can you put a link in chat box if
Yeah,
possible?
yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Nikhil, sir, are you there? Is there any other questions? Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful lecture. So, may I ask Nikhil, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Much. It has been an eye opener and a very refreshing and informative session.
Okay. I thought it was a bit of patchy because I was trying to cover up slightly tangential topics, but I thought I will because it's a domain. The group is specifically of design things, so I thought of using this opportunity to talk to all of you. And yeah, let us be in touch if you have any specific comments or questions. You can write to me.
Sure.
Like I said, the community of practice which keeps on working in the background. So this one. So there are few people who have kind of joined this session also because we keep on sharing this information with each other. So yeah, that works every time.
And I'm really grateful that you have given a suggestion of keeping this group alive and let
Yeah,
this be a
good. Yeah,
platform where we can continuously keep discussing our views and upgrading ourselves and discuss new things that we come across. So it will be a community learning for everybody.
right. Because this works every time. I have no doubt on that. And this community is so diverse. Like the one I have with me, it has a doctor, it has a dentist, it has a French teacher, it has computer science teachers. There is artists like me. There's science teachers, maths teachers. You just name it, and you'll have it in that community. And that is the beauty of that community because you keep getting so many diverse things in that particular group, and we regularly bounce our ideas. So if I create a new presentation, I will post it on there and I'll say, okay, I want a dry run. Somebody join me and let us do that. I think we are able to pull off many things because of that. In fact, I have made a couple of short films based on this community. So maybe I'll also share those links. You can send it to them. Just yesterday, I got a message that for the next year's film festival at Himachal, these films have been shortlisted for screening. So let's see what happens. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
So thank you, Samir sir, for this wonderful session. I know you've covered a huge topic, tried to cover it in a limited period of time. We do look forward to an extended version as well. So for today, so many things you've covered. You've introduced the Padlet to the group. You've also enlightened us on how prompts are important. Research also you've spoken about do's and don'ts. Rubrics we've covered. Using AI in teaching you've covered, and also ethics in content generation as well as sourcing. So it's been a vast cover, and we thank you so much for being here and giving us your valuable time. And we look forward to another session very very soon, hopefully. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you all the participants as well. I hope you all have enjoyed it as much as I have, and we look forward to your feedback as well. And yes, we will definitely look into this matter of continuing this group and how we can make it more productive. That would be more important. Thank you so much.
Okay.